How Walmart food supply chain is using blockchain in their business. The U.S. retail giant is counting on industry collaboration and IoT Watson cognitive technology and blockchain to provide farm-to-table food traceability and transparency. Walmart will partner with IBM to provide global traceability for its food products across the supply chain with the help of blockchain technology, Frank Yanis, Walmart's vice president of food safety, told Computer World. The interview took place at the brand new Watson IoT Center set up by IBM in Munich. The retail giant has given itself 12 months to see how it can use the seamless and secure information storage and transmission technology to improve its food supply chain and deliver fresher products to its customers. Walmart has already started a pilot project to track and trace pork in China, and it plans to apply its tracking solution to the United States with other products. We met several times with IBM to identify parameters. For example, the type of data we collect, how it's captured at each stage of the chain. IBM has already started programming and developing user interfaces, and it's going tremendously well, said Frank Yanis. At first glance, the project is very clearly focused on food product safety, but according to Walmart's vice president of food safety, the initiative goes beyond that and will benefit all stakeholders. That is, if the entire industry works together. Tracking and tracing becomes meaningless if unknown goods enter the system. The issue of tracking and tracing food, how it gets from the barn to the table, has always been of interest to organizations and businesses, he explained. This is not the first attempt. But the way that traceability is done today is very uneven and does not meet any standards. A way to guarantee food safety. Today, modern food production systems are increasingly complex, but they also have many disadvantages. Between what the farmer or ranchers produce, the food processing plant that uses his products, and the distribution center, there are many steps. But if in this food chain the stakeholder only verifies the traceability of the product just before and just after the step that concerns him, as is currently the case in the United States, it is not possible to have a complete follow-up of the product. In addition, the verification methods are very heterogeneous, and today this verification is essentially administrative, long, approximate, and does not allow for end-to-end tracing. However, by combining IoT sensors with blockchain technology, Walmart hopes to, on the one hand, accelerate these methods of tracking and tracing products, but also improve reliability and provide a holistic view of the chain. Potentially, the benefits of such a system are multiple, Frank Yanis further stated. When people talk about the benefits of food safety, this usually happens when a scandal comes to light. Health officials often say that certain diseases had been documented in the country, for example, that consumers should not eat spinach. Everyone is guilty until proven innocent. All products are taken off the shelves, everyone is incriminated, he said. Usually, when the dust settles, we find out that only one supplier and maybe only one production line was involved. If we had the ability to quickly identify the source of the problem, we could target and quickly remove the products from sale. Reading product labels with a smartphone. In this chain of custody, Walmart and IBM have identified various points, starting with the location of the farm, the numbering of batches, or the harvest data. But the retail giant also wants to include what it calls transparency data. For example, whether the agricultural product system ensures sustainable production, whether the production method is organic, or whether it uses pesticides. Walmart's ambition is to bring all this data together to provide a complete picture. If we apply this method to the entire food system, we could get a lot of useful information from it, which in the long run would optimize the entire food production chain, said Frank Yanis. We are also sure to improve the quality of the supply chain. Every day saved in reducing the flow from farm to plate is a day given back to the customer. As soon as the strawberries are picked, they start to die. The faster those strawberries are delivered to the customer, the better. Even more ambitious, Walmart would like consumers to be able to read the label on products they eat. With the smartphone app, they could, for example, trace a product's journey and access a wealth of other information. Of course, for this system to work, it will require the active participation of many other major players in the food industry. To make a project like this work, we need the cooperation of other players. The food distribution chain is quite complex. It involves a lot of players. The blockchain-based solution can bring transparency to this chain and make it collaborative as well. We hope that a lot of industries and people involved in food production will commit to this project. Conclusion. As Walmart Canada's Vice President of Transportation, Francis Lalonde, summarized to FreightWaves, life was a little tough in terms of processing payments. You want to process them on time. Carriers want to get paid on time. The DL Freight application designed by DLT Labs allows, for example, to process data transmitted in real time by the Internet of Things, IoT. This additional data should bring more transparency to the supply chain. This will provide better visibility on the points of tension between carriers and their customers. The IoT could transmit data on the temperature of goods, which could then be shared on the blockchain. Billing and physical transportation is not the only application of blockchain. The transport of data over telecom networks is also a use case. The blockchain simplifies the management of roaming costs for Telefonica, Deutsche Telekom, and Vodafone.